Friends, this is ZWO seestar telescope which I bought 1.5 years ago. Ever since I have done a lot of scenery and astrogazing with this telescope, but it never happened to me. Like, I have never posted the results that I have garnered from this telescope. So today I will be posting the amazing astrogazing photographs that I have captured with this telescope, and capturing these photographs had kept me awake many nights in the dark mountains. So it was quite a pleasure to see the dark sky and to see what we cannot see with naked eyes. In Hinduism, we called the space as Brahmanda, means the cosmic egg, and who would not like to see the real form of it? So this was the first time I could see this object, this moon, from my naked eyes over the phone. I could see the craters, I could see the surface, and I cannot believe that this object is 3,84,400 kilometers away from the surface of Earth. So I was just checking then how my telescope is working. After that, I put my telescope on the sun, our own star, the sun. To capture this safely, I had to use the seestar specialized solar filter to block out 99.9% of the blinding light. What you are looking at is a giant ball of plasma raging at 15 million degrees Celsius at its core. This single star accounts for 99.8% of all the mass in our entire solar system. That means the body mass we are having is of our own star, Sun. The next object that I stacked is Jellyfish Nebula, that is IC 4444. So it is 5,000 light years away from Earth. So gathering light for nearly an hour revealed the violent aftermath of a massive cosmic disaster. Actually, it is a pulsar. The next object I stacked was at 4,908 light years away from the Earth. So it was known as IC 1318. So the butterfly nebula, they called it. I exposed this nebula for 21 minutes and you can see the results. After the butterfly nebula, we captured that BDB 126. This is called a blue reflection nebula, and it derives its light from the other region. It is also known as cosmic mirror, and it was around 2,700 to 4,000 light years away from the Earth. The next object was Whirlpool Galaxy. Even though seestar has a modest lens, letting it track this patch of the sky over a long exposure pulls out something spectacular. So you can actually see the glowing spiral arm of a massive galaxy interacting with a smaller companion system. It looks like a grand cosmic whirlpool spinning in the dark. And to my surprise, when I checked online, M51 sits 23 million light years away from us, and I waited 87 minutes to get this exposure. After the Whirlpool Galaxy, I tracked one more object, and I forgot to note down the name of this object, but it was very beautiful and vibrant, the clouds. I exposed my telescope to this object for more than 150 minutes, and the result was very astonishing if you know the name of this object. After this, again there is M51. The long beautiful spiral arms of M51 are not an accident. They are direct result of cosmic collision. The smaller companion galaxy you see attached to the arm is called NGC 5195, passed right through the main disk of M51 roughly 500 million years ago. My next target was C39, widely known as Eskimo Nebula or the Clownfish Nebula. I let the seestar track this tiny patch of sky for exactly 29 minutes. Even though it appeared small through a portable small telescope, nearly 30 minutes of exposure reveals the striking image of it. The next object was Orion Nebula, the Great Orion Nebula. So it was stacked for 58 minutes. Even with a short exposure, this nebula is incredibly bright, but dedicating nearly an hour allows the telescope to pull out the delicate, faint dust lanes and vibrant color looping across the space. It feels like looking at a massive celestial tapestry woven out of a pure light. The Orion Nebula is the closest region of massive star formation to Earth. It is a giant interstellar cloud where gravity is actively compressing hydrogen gas to ignite newborn stars. Inside this image, hundreds of infant stars are breaking out of their dusty cocoons. My next target was NGC 2264, which was a fascinating cosmic duo in the constellation Monoceros. It contains both the Christmas tree cluster and the faint silhouettes of the Cone Nebula. I let the seestar track images for 15 minutes. Even with a short exposure, the bright young star aligned beautifully to trace the distinct shape of a holiday tree shining in deep space. Our next target was IC 410. So it was in Auriga constellation and it is 12,000 light years away from Earth. So it is also called an active star factory. So it's sculpted by stellar winds and it is also called swimming tadpoles. So it is called swimming tadpoles because there are two dense structure of dust and gases called NGC 2362. So they look like microscopic tadpoles swimming toward the center of the nebula. In reality, these structures are massive, stretching over 10 light years in length. It is so far out in our galaxy that the light seestar gathered in those 13 minutes actually left the nebula during the end of the Earth's last ice age. The next object was also 21 million years away. It is M101, the Pinwheel Galaxy. I exposed seestar to gather the light from Pinwheel Galaxy for 136 minutes. So Pinwheel Galaxy is in constellation Ursa Major. I gave the seestar its longest run and it did the justice with the image. The Pinwheel M01 is a galactic giant that it spans roughly 1,70,000 light years across. So it has asymmetric arms and it has the glowing pink knots. The next object is the Sada region. It took 32 minutes to get a solid image, and this Sada region is a glowing wave of interstellar hydrogen gas and it is 12 million light year old. So the distance of it is 4,900 light years away. Our next object is also 4,900 light years away. It is IC1318A. So I let the seestar track this specific quadrant for 20 minutes. So it is very beautifully dynamic emission nebula that directly hugs an embedded open star cluster known as NGC 6910. So after this I give 5-minute exposure to M106, the anomalous spiral galaxy. This is located at 23.5 million light years away from Earth. The light that registered on the sensor of seestar for just 5 minutes left this galaxy when the earliest ancestor of modern deer and rhinos were just beginning to roam on our planet. My next target was the Croc-Eye galaxy and I tracked this object for 12 minutes. So it is 16 million light years away from Earth. What studies suggest about M94 is that it has almost no dark matters. The next object is M45, also known as Pleiades, so also called Seven Sister. This is one of the closest and most beautiful open star cluster to Earth. So it is 444 light years away. So the striking blue glow surrounding the stars is not an emission nebula, it is a reflection nebula. Our next target is Barnard 33, the Horsehead Nebula. So it is 1375 light years away from Earth, and the top of the horse mane is continuously being blasted and eroded by the intense ultraviolet radiation of Sigma Orionis, a massive hyper bright 5-star system sitting just out of frame. So Barnard 33, better known as Horsehead Nebula, located in the constellation Orion. This target is incredibly faint and difficult to see with naked eyes, but letting the seestar track it reveals a striking dark shadow shaped exactly like a horsehead rising from a sea of glowing cosmic fire. The next target is Body Galaxy, and the exposure was 20 minutes. So seestar easily picks up the lights from this sweeping tightly wound cosmic arms. So this Body Galaxy is 11.8 million light years away from the Earth. The next and striking object I captured is the Pokemon Nebula NGC 23712. It is also called the Dual Jet Nebula. The Pokemon Nebula is 4,400 light years away from Earth. It is, despite its massive size, you are looking at the death throes of a single sun-like star. As the star ran out of nuclear fuel, it underwent a series of violent pulsations, casting off its outer layer of gas into the vacuum of space. It is a scorching remnant. At the absolute center of the image sits the exposed core of the dead star. To close out this 18th month journey, I want to bring you back to where it all started. This final astonishing shot of a moon. Look at the sheer crispness of these crater walls frozen in the stillness of space. Astrophotography is a labor of pure patience and love, but every time the noise clears and a completely hidden structure of the universe reveals itself, the exhaustion vanishes. We are a tiny species on a small rock, yet using the little smart telescope, we can peer into the cradle of stars and the edge of time itself. It is easy to watch a video like this and see just 15 seconds of beautiful gas or galaxy spinning on our screen, but what you don't see is the labor required to pull these secrets out of the void. It took a year and a half of fighting erratic weather, tracking clear skies, forecasts, dealing with freezing night air, and intentionally sacrificing hours of sleep just to let a tiny camera sensor stack photons after photons in the dark.